All right, guys, welcome back to Farming the Spanish Language Part 3 or Quest 3. This is the Spanish language transfer storyline. And last video we were on lesson 2. We learned that some words in Spanish could be transferred to English, such as actually the other way around. Some words in English could be transferred to Spanish, specifically the words ending in AL. So, for example, the word normal, normal, metal, and legal could be transferred to Spanish. The pronunciation would just be different. So normal becomes normal, metal, and legal. And the word es means it is, or he is, or she is. Okay, so yeah, that's what we learned in lesson 2. All right, now I'm gonna farm lesson 3. All right, let's go. By the way, farm means grind. Okay, all right, let's do this.
Use this with some other convertible words as well to make sentences. So what was is or he is, she is, it is?
S.
Es.
S. Good. We can use this with some other convertible words as well to make sentences. Another rule for these convertible words is that words in English that end ANT or ENT, most of them we can just stick an E on the end and they become Spanish. So for example, important becomes
Importante.
importante. Importante. Where is the stress there?
Importante. Just right before the end.
In the second last.
Good. The stress is as much part of the word as the sounds, which is why we want to get into the habit of just processing where is the accent, not trying to memorize it, just looking where it is, not trying to memorize it, just observing it. So, how would you say it is important?
Es importante.
Es importante.
Es importante.
By the way, I'm writing down things that are new that I just learned.
It's not important.
No es importante.
No es importante.
No es
No es. Oh yeah. No es importante. I'll write it down, although it's something that's repeated, but sounds like something new to me, so I'm gonna write it down.
importante. How would you say different?
Diferente.
Diferente.
Diferente. It's not different.
No es diferente.
No es diferente.
Good. No es diferente. How would you say constant? Constant.
Constante.
Constante.
Yeah. Constante.
Constante. I don't know if we have two Fs or one F. I don't know. Constante. Okay. I accidentally stopped recording, so I'm gonna start again.
How would you say it is constant?
Es constante.
Es,
Es constante.
es constante.
If you add on mente, this sound, you get li in English. If you want to say
Mente.
constantly, you can say constantemente. And it
Constantemente. Constantemente. Means constantly. Mente. Constantemente.
it's one word. Constantemente.
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 Good. So
Constantemente.
how would you say legally?
Legalmente.
Legalmente.
Perfect.
Legalmente.
Legalmente. Good.
Legalmente.
Illegally.
Ilegalmente. Ilegalmente.
Illegalmente.
Illegalmente. How do you think you say real in Spanish? Real.
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 Real. Good. When we have an R at the beginning, you might hear it like a rolling R. Real. How do you think you would say really?
Realmente.
Realmente.
Realmente. Real also means royal. Like Real Madrid is not,
Real
Real
Madrid.
Madrid. It's Royal Madrid.
Sí.
How would you say normally?
Normalmente.
Normalmente.
Good. Normalmente. So, what would it mean if I said to you, normalmente es importante?
Normalmente es importante. Normally it's important.
Normalmente es importante.
I'm gonna write that down because it's an actual sentence we just built, Normalmente es importante.
What does that mean?
Normally, as in usually,
Yeah.
it's important.
Very good. This is true. You actually use normally like usually. Normalmente es importante.
Importante.
Now, if we have a j sound,
J.
sound in a
J.
convertible word,
J.
so we're not
Jake Paul.
working with the letter G. We are working with the sound here. We're thinking about the sound. If we have a j sound in a convertible word, this j is going to become h in Spanish. Now, if you know how to say Argentina, for example, in
Argentina. Yeah,
Spanish, Argentina, if you've heard
Argentina.
that anywhere, this is a good hook to remember this rule. If we have a just sound, it's going to become h as a sound. So this doesn't mean any G. For example, how would you say global?
Global. Global.
Global.
Global. Globally.
Globalmente.
Globalmente.
Globalmente. So it's not a G, it's a J sound. General is going to become?
General is a just sound, so it'll become general. General.
General.
Very good. General. So we're causing a bit of friction in the throat. General.
I'll write it down. Argentina. General.
Generally.
Generalmente.
Generalmente. Good.
Generalmente. General.
Original.
Original. Original. Original.
Original.
Original. Originally.
Originalmente.
Originalmente.
Good. Originalmente. Digital.
Digital. Digital.
Digital.
Digital. Good.
Digital.
Naturally.
Naturalmente.
Naturalmente.
Good. How would you say naturally it's original?
Naturally, it's original. Naturalmente es original. I'll write it down. Sounds cool. Naturalmente es original.
Naturalmente es original.
Good. So naturalmente, you can also use it a little bit like obviously, something like that. Words ending IBLE or ABLE, we can also convert many of them. We just have to pronounce it syllable by syllable and put the accent second from the end. So possible becomes possible.
Posible.
Posible.
So, possible. Possible. I don't know what the correct spelling is for that. But, yeah. Possible.
Probable.
Probable. Probable.
Probable.
Yeah, probable. How do you say
Probable.
probably?
Probablemente. Probable. Probable. Prob. So hard. Probablemente.
Probablemente.
Yeah,
Probablemente.
probablemente. Possibly.
Probablemente. Posiblemente. Posiblemente.
Posiblemente.
Good. Possibly, it's original.
Possibly. It's original. Posiblemente es original. I'll write that down. Again, because it sounds. Posiblemente. I don't know if that's the right way to write possible. Maybe you guys can let me know, but whatever. Not important right
Posiblemente
now.
es original.
Good.
Es original.
Posiblemente es
Es
original.
original.
Flexible.
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 Flexible. Good. So you can't do this like if you say doable, for example. You know, it's when the able or able is really part of the word, you will probably be able to do this. Some of these rules are more useful than others. Some of these rules have more exceptions than others. We want to just get in the habit of identifying them and then getting this sense of what words in English are from Latin and which ones we can experiment with converting over to Spanish. Now, this gives us over 3,000 words, and there are enough words to be very conversational. So we want to feel free to experiment with the vocabulary, but at the same time, we don't want to feel restricted by the fact that we might find an exception or we might use one that doesn't work. And feeling comfortable about that possibility of making that error is what really allows you to learn quickly, because with this experimentation, you find very quickly the words that you can use.
Alright, I have successfully farmed lesson 3, or track 3. Okay, guys. Okay, I guess I'll do a quick review. Okay, so what did we learn today? We learned that words ending in ANT or ENT, we can also transfer to Spanish. For example, important, it becomes importante. Different becomes diferente. And if we want to say like constantly, if we want to add the "ly" part at the end, in Spanish is mente, so constantly becomes constantemente. And the j sound in English words becomes the h sound. So for example, Argentina becomes Argentina. General. Okay. What else did we learn? Words that end in able, such as possible or probable. It also can be transferred to Spanish. So for example, possible becomes posible and probable becomes probable. Alright, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one, guys.